Alright guys, it's Nick here, back with another video. Second video in 2 days. Going to be trying to up my upload schedule a little bit because I've got loads to talk about in the coming months. So yeah, yesterday I did a video about the movie update movie, which is the documentary I'm putting together about the movie update community. As some of you may know, I've been making movies for years. 2009 was when I sort of started to come up. In 2010 I released Brutal Jesus, which I got out to people in the YouTube movie community, and then the film took off and everything boomed from there. So it's the 10th anniversary really of me making features. Now, as a note of that, I've wanted to get a Blu Ray out to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Brutal Jesus, and that's ready to go. So yeah, so I thought, well, if that's ready to go, I've got to really relaunch Dead Good Films and start getting my films out into the wild again. Especially now I've got new projects on the go, like the movie update movie and Anthology Man, which is a documentary about Tony Newton, the filmmaker that made 60 Seconds to Die, and he's produced 50 odd films in 6 years, and barely left his house doing it. It's a really interesting story. So because of that, releasing new films and finally getting the bug back for YouTube and making movies, it was time I relaunched Dead Good Films, because I kind of shut it down, sort of thing. Well, I've obviously brought it back to life, all these projects. So I thought it about time I got all my movies out on Blu Ray. So for the last few weeks I've been working away and every day creating a new Blu Ray and getting it sent off to the suppliers and manufacturers and stuff like that. Because in the long run, obviously, if I've got these new projects coming out, I need money to finance them. Not really finance making them, it's more getting them out there, especially because I've made a few documentaries. It'd be nice to submit them to some festivals and some VOD sites and stuff like that. And so but to do that, obviously I've got to have the films ready, so a decent sound mix on them, subtitles, submission fees, things like that. So obviously, to do that, I can sell some limited runs of some of my Blu-rays for collectors' purposes, because when I do limited runs of stuff, it's always sold well over the years. People still ask me, are my films still available? Most of them have come out of distribution now. There's still a few, Troma have a couple of my films, but I think for a majority of them now, a lot of the contracts I had have lapsed, so I can freely release my movies. I used to do that anyway, but properly freely put my movies out, self-distribute, until I then decide maybe to chop them around again to distribution again further down the line. But yeah, so for now I've decided to just put pretty much my entire catalogue out on Blu-ray. There's a few things that aren't available. Might try and get them out in the future, but as a starting point, I've got pretty much all of my main films available on Blu-ray in a limited form. There's 50 copies of each. So 50 copies don't sound like a lot, but I'm not expecting these things to fly out straight away, but they're there. People want them. 50 copies limited of all of my movies, going back to Brutal Jesus, Dracula Less Than Ninja on the Moon, Violent Vicar, She's Dead, which I still think is probably my best film, Exploiting Christ, Terror Telly, Dead Strange Jam, Strange Vibes, which was a film that I shot most of in 2013. Then it was lost on a hard drive for years. Then in 2018 I managed to fix it, film some new bits, kind of carve it into a new film, and that's rarely been seen. It's not had an official DVD or Blu-ray release at all yet, by anyone, because I just I got it out on Amazon Prime, but it's only available on UK Amazon Prime. It got taken off American Amazon Prime. there are a few like streaming sites that do have it, but it's never had an official Blu-ray release. That stars Julian Seeger, who was in She's Dead, but he's also made quite a name for himself now. He's a baddie in like the last Death Race movie, and he was in Viking movie, and Fisherman's Friends. He's in that. Doc Martin, 4-2, I think he's in. The World's End. Yeah, so Julian's in it. My partner Jade Mason's in it. Sean C. Phillips is in it. Yeah, so Strange Vibes. That's like a weird sort of cross between a weird horror musical. Yeah, that's worth checking out. That's never ever been released before, so that you can get from our website now. There's Strange Jam, which was an anthology we did that barely anybody saw, and played like once at a festival in Calgary in like 2016, and then just that was it. I think I sold. It was back in the days where I wasn't really pushing the film, so I think I just like sold like a handful of copies of it on DVD, and it just like disappeared. So that's now out on Blu-ray, and that's got some really good little stories and stuff in there. Everything basically, like my entire back cover. Obviously, the big ones: Brutal Jesus, Mr. Rape, or MRFD, depending on which edition you want to get. They're back out on Blu. Well, Brutal Jesus has never been out on Blu before ever, so this is the 10th anniversary. I've jammed the disc with extras. It includes Exploiting Christ, which is the documentary about it. It also includes some outtakes. That's all on there. Obviously, Brutal Jesus still looks like shit. Even though it's on Blu-ray, it's not going to look good at all, because the way we filmed it, you know, the equipment we used, the way we edited it, I was fucking clueless back then. So, you know, it still looks like shit, but if you want like Brutal Jesus on Blu-ray, it's there. Everything's set with the manufacturers, all ready to go. These are like old Blu-rays that I produced here. So we've got like, these were like the original editions I put out in 2012. So we've got Violent Vicar. Now the new version is basically identical to this, apart from the new one also has the clips from the never finished Violent Vicar 2 on it as well. This one was limited to 50, came out in 2012. The new one is also limited to 50. Then we've got Dracula vs the Ninja on the Moon. The new version is basically identical to this version. This was the 2012 version. The only difference is this one was only limited to 25, and the new one is going to be limited to 50. This one I think also, did I include the 3D cut on this? Because the new one hasn't got the 3D cut. Yeah. So right. This one had a 3D cut that didn't really work very well. The new one hasn't got the 3D cut on it. Then we've got Terratelli. This version here was never actually released. That was back in the days when I used to manufacture my own Blu-rays, and everything broke when these were being manufactured, and I had to issue refunds and DVD versions. And, it was a whole mess when I put this out in 24. It took 14. But basically, yeah, the new version of Terratelli hasn't got this horrible cover on it. It's the same disc that would have been this one, but it's not. It's got the original cover art and stuff on it. Obviously, She's Dead, which I haven't got a copy of here to show. Everything's now sat with the manufacturers. Now, one thing that I hold my hands up to, back in the day, I was always pretty notorious for slow deliveries. You know, sometimes orders going missing and all sorts, because it was a nightmare. Back when I first started doing this and I was doing DVDs, I was working a day job. I was riding this wave of making all these films, like one after the other, consecutively, and it all got a bit overwhelming. I mean, back in the days when I did like Brutal Jesus and She's Dead and stuff like that, I was getting, you know, DVDs were still big then. We're talking sort of 2000, between 2010 and 2012, 13, that 2-year period. I was making films. That was my life. I was 30 something years old, and I moved home with my mum and dad, and I was like, that's it, I'm a filmmaker. And I was churning films out, and I was like travelling to like Germany and shit all the time, and like really promoting my movies, and YouTube was a big part of my life, and obviously making films. And yeah, it got a bit overwhelming, and it was hard to keep up with orders. Then I got on top of it for a few years. Then in 2014, loads of stuff went wrong with the filmmaking, and like 2014 started at a high. Like I went to Germany for a premiere for my Andrew WK movie, Party Safari. Then we went to the Cannes Film Festival, and the film played there, and it was mad. And like, you know, by that point I moved up north, and then like I had a computer issue, and like the films I was working on, I lost them all because the hard drive blew up, and then my Blu Ray operation like fell to pieces, and I just like really fell behind with like orders and stuff like that. It was mad. Then I got myself back on the go again, but and I moved this time to a company that manufactured the discs for me and posted it for me, which was great, but it was always manually entered. So I'd get an order, and I'd have to then take that order, log on to my account on the site that was manufacturing the discs, put the customer's details into that, then they would manufacture the disc and it would go on. They would only hold my work on their file for a certain amount of months. So if there was a film that was sold that hadn't sold a copy in like 2 months, it'd be off their system again. So then when I'd go to reorder it, I'd have to re-upload everything again, and that caused all sorts of issues because of, you know, just as I thought I was on top of the orders, I was like having to delay orders for months and months and months, because I, you know, had to get everything re-uploaded, and it was a nightmare. And then about 2 years ago, I really just like knocked a lot of the online self-distribution stuff on the head, because it was just like I was like letting too many people down. You know, orders were going missing. I wasn't getting orders out on time, and it was just crazy. And I've looked for a way to do it since then, which would be more efficient, and I finally cracked it. Now I've got an automated system. So someone places an order, the disc gets made by the company and sent straight out to the customer, and it takes all the funds out of it, and it's easy. So hopefully now, finally, after 10 years of doing this, I should have an efficient mail order service. So brilliant. So basically I've relaunched the website, link will be down below. You click on that, it'll bring up the shop, and you can browse for all the titles I've got. Just Blu-rays on there at the moment. I will get DVDs on there as well. It just takes time. It's taken me like 2 weeks to get all my Blu-rays up. So I'll do a DVD run soon, but there's enough of my titles out on DVD, and I think I still have bits of stock left here anyway, so I can probably do DVDs a different way. But for now, yeah, everything's going to be on Blu-ray. So yeah, just go and have a look, guys. You know, if you want to see some of my mad shit, I mean, just Google, just YouTube some of the titles, and you'll find reviews from people in the community about my movies over the last 10 years or so. So yeah, that's it really. That's today's video out of the way. I've waffled far too long, 13.5 minutes. I'm going to go in now and do some more work on the movie documentary before the baby wakes up, and yeah, look out for a video from me and my partner in the next couple of days, and a few more videos later on this week. See you later, guys. Bye.